Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I don't want to play too much because you know how they hate on me. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I ain't trying to pray, but where? Oh my goodness! Welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 channel, where we do what? Focus on healing, humor, and hot motherfucking topics. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to get through tonight. We have a lot to get through tonight. Like I said, I'm so sad and disappointed because I have to go live from my iPad, and I have yet to learn on my iPad how to share my freaking screen. So therefore, y'all gotta listen to me talk about the articles, rehash the articles, so on and so forth, and I gotta read them to y'all and all that. I ain't have time to be doing all that bullshit there. But you know what? At the end of the day, we gotta do what we gotta do. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. And this is definitely breaking news for my co-workers that work in transfer high schools. We need to know these type of things. K Flock, colleagues of mine, K Flock, y'all look him up. He has been sentenced to 30 years. That is going to be the topic of the conversation for our young people for the next couple of days, because he's actually a hot commodity with the young folks. So if you work with young people, just know breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. K Flock has been sentenced to 30 years. So if you work with young people, that might be a topic of discussion, and you want to be on point and aware. Truth is, I'm down. Options of you. We have a lot of motherfucking things to discuss today, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know. So what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking that I'm gonna go to the ghetto, right? And then I'm gonna go low, then I'm gonna go high. Because I'm like, oh God, I want to review some shows, but I don't want to do no whole long drawn out segments of reviewing the shows. But I do want to discuss them, and then I want to discuss current events, right? So we have to get information, and we got to discuss the shows. So I'm going to go low. I'm going to go low first, which means I'm going to discuss baddies first, and then I'm going to go high. And when I go high, we can discuss, all of the things that the current events and so on and so forth. But like I said, we have to discuss these reality shows because they too turned up, you too turned up, we too turned up. It's too much going on. So the first show I'm going to get into for discussion, give me one more sec. Truth is, I'm down. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Options off you. What the hell is my show reviews? Give me one sec, ladies and gentlemen. I got you. Give me one sec. Also, make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're here with me, like, comment, share, subscribe, because we got to get into the shows. I know what they always say, like, oh, you got to wait for the 5-minute mark. I'm not waiting for the 5-minute mark. Like I said, I'm going low, and then I'm coming up high. I know you guys all don't watch the reality shows, but some of them you do watch. Hold on for a second. I got to do one thing. Hold on, you guys. All right. Okay. I'm back. So we're going to start off with talking about a little bit of Real Housewives of Potomac. Not too much on them, just a little bit, right? They got the new girl Tia. She had a polo event. She didn't invite Stacy. I could see why she didn't invite Stacy. Stacy kicked her out of her weed distribution event. So okay, girl, bye. Right. When they got to the polo event, I'm with Giselle. I was looking around like, bitch, I'm not here for no horses. I hate animals. God, please forgive me. But okay, I'm here, right? So then they asked them to sing the Black National Anthem. They was only black people there. So I was like, I mean, Ashley is continuing to hate on motherfucking Stacy. She's now going saying, "Oh, you know, Stacy said that she wasn't gonna come to your wedding. I'm Jazzy, and we didn't come, and blah 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 blah." Girl, you just find the reason to hate on Stacy. But in all fairness to Stacy, that's a good thing because that's what keeps you on the show. So don't worry about that, right? Jazzy, I like you, girl, but that whole bridal setup that you had in the confessional, absolutely not. Angel, Angel, you know, I wish I could share my screen. You know what you look like to me? Not the mama. What's the name of the show that used to come on Channel 7? And it was the I'll get back into that. Don't even worry, right? So anyway, Tia sharing with Giselle that Angel got to move. She got evicted, aka she didn't know her rental stay was up, and yeah, it was just a bunch of bullshit, right? And Giselle was a troublemaking ass bitch. So of course, when she hear that, she like, listen, I gotta make some noise with this information, make it seem like Angel is a bum ass bitch and she getting kicked out her rental. Because if I do that, that's gonna keep the pot stirred. Y'all have to do all of that because the grand dame is not there. The grand dame is not present, and I miss the grand motherfucking dame. I miss the grand dame, but it is what it is. My good old auntie, she holding it down, right? Wendy's hair, the braids with the side. No, absolutely not, Wendy. I wasn't here for that, right? Eddie is decorating their house. And they talk about over budget. Wendy, I know you PM Oliver and he Eddie Hennessy, but this court is, I mean, this show is what got you in his ass court. This what brought all y'all shit to the forefront with the feds, right? So anyway, Papa Wendy is trying to repair her relationship with her father. You know, that's always a sensitive topic for me. I just celebrated 20 years of my dad's passing this past Saturday. So, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on when I talk about the Sarah Jakes and TD Jakes, when I do a little teeny recap of their podcast interview, because I don't know, I think I'm a little triggered by daddy daughter conversations, but we'll get into that, right? Giselle, Wendy, and Ashley gossip and about Angel and her whole situation and coming to Colorado, and then they having some fucking cowboy party, and I see Sharice. I cannot stand Big Back Reese. I cannot stand Big Back Reese. So the fact that she's back irritating my ass bone, and also I said if Big Back Reese is back, where's Monique? Wasn't Monique back on the show with the birds and all that dumb shit? So where's Monique? So that, but I know Monique, you're a little shook of Big Back Reese. Anywho, Bobby, Angel's husband, he is the new real husband of Potomac, right? Because he's not playing with these girls. He's already getting the attitude, getting antsy. And I'm gonna tell you, be careful. Hey, day up, girl. We gonna talk. Stay on the line. Stay on the line, and make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video because I got a lot to say here, girl. Yeah, I watched the whole video. As a matter of fact, I might leave it in the chat. I watched the whole interview. He have a podcast called The Next Steps or something. It's really good. I'm gonna send it to you. But anywho, Stacy comes to the event. She shows up with Thiermo. Thiermo look every bit of the stepfather, aka a young Michael Darby. I wasn't here for Thiermo or Stacy. Wendy had on some good pants. I like Wendy's pants. I think those were Loewe pants, so I like those pants, right? And then they start doing what they do, running down on Angel, teasing her, talking about her in the confessionals. I was done with that. Anywho, that was Real Housewives of Potomac. Let me go to the ghetto for a minute. Let me go to the ghetto for a second. I want to talk about Baddies. Daya, did you watch Baddies or you don't watch that no more in your spiritual walk? Let me know. In any event, I want to discuss it because a lot was revealed on Baddies that I was like, Daya said, okay, I'm here. I have to step out real quick. I'm not going to, for my mom is watching too. Okay. All right, Daya. So are you watching Baddies? Because I want to talk a little bit about Baddies. Right, so okay, as the episode goes, Taseki and Summer again. Boom, doom, 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 boom, doom, 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 boom, doom, 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 doom. Boom, doom, 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 boom, doom, 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 boom, doom, 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 doom. Summer, come here. Summer, come here. Summer girl. Truth is I'm down. Options of you. All Summer doing every minute is running her motherfucking mouth. Summer, shut the fuck up. Shut up, okay? Taseki. 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 You as well. Come here. Come here, Taseki. Come here for a minute. Come to the front of the congregation. Taseki, it's a lot of trauma there, sis. It's a lot of trauma there, sis. Taseki. Taseki, girl. Taseki, you know what I wish? I wish they had like a Healing Hearts, like a mobile Healing Hearts crisis van outside, because the way you was breaking down, the Healing Hearts crisis van should have been able to come in and bring you out that scene. Taseki. So Taseki basically was trying to share that she was getting upset because Krishan had said in private that what she said was a lie. She was going to apologize publicly, but now that we public, Krishan was hesitating on the apology. Either way, Taseki, the way you was breaking down and crying like that didn't look like I just needed an apology. That looked like something else was going on. And it made me very sad for you because I was like, what the fuck is going on, right? So Tommy was trying to be the peacemaker. Tommy, girl, girl, slide to the left. Because I was like, come on now. And Krishan was getting on my fucking nerves because you trying to play victim. Like, anybody give me a chance to speak? Like, and I know Krishan is your girl. I cannot stand Krishan because I felt like either one or two things. Either you told her in private you was going to apologize, but you know you really don't want to apologize because you wasn't lying because she did do those things to you, or you knew you was lying. You told her you was going to publicly apologize, and now you're in front of the public. You trying to pump fake and walk it back. Krishan, I cannot fucking stand you. You get on my fucking nerves. But anywho, so now she did talk about if y'all would just give me a chance to speak, I was going to say something. If everybody would eventually give me a chance to speak, I was going to finally get out. And Tifa, what did you break it down for? You know what the fuck Tifa's breaking down for, because you already called her this 100 million times. You got the world calling her all over and over and over again. So that's why she breaking down. You already know why. So Krishan, move on, Gwen. You get on my nerves, right? So then Tinka versus Cold Killer round 83. Tinka the girl. Tinka stallion. Like she got big butt, big hips, big thighs, like Tinka stallion. And she not necessarily fat. She just a stallion. She real big. So she came and it was like, okay, roll it up again. And I was looking, I said, Cold Killer, God bless you. God bless you, Coquille. Coquille, God bless you. I'm going to tell you why God bless you. Because the motherfucking moment a whole row would have been missing out of my head of a braid, a whole row, Cold Killer. Not just a little bit of the braid, not just a little bit of the edges, not just a little bit of back and the cradle cap, but a whole row was missing. I would have been dog walking Tinka for the rest of the fucking season. So the fact that you just did throwing your shit so calmly from round 83, God bless you, because that whole road shit would have took me to another place and took me to another layer. But that's on you, girl. Tabby, baby. Tabby coming up. Tabby from Brownsville. Tabby gave every bit of a Southern Avenue tease. Absolutely not, right? I like Summer here in the confessional. Summer here in the confessional looked good. I like that. I like the side part, right? I also noticed Lexi. Lexi was being extreme. Big Lex with the long arms. That's my girl, right? I noticed she was being very, very patient with Summer. Very, very patient. She was letting her talk real slick. And I was looking like, Lex, is you gonna pop her ass or not? Because I'm ready for the popping. Anywho, Smiley is back. Absolutely not. No. Also, the walking in grass barefoot. No, absolutely not. I would die. I would literally, if I had to choose between life and walking in grass barefoot. I mean, if I had to choose between death and walking on grass barefoot, I would choose that. I cannot. I don't know. Something about that is so fucking cringy to me, right? So Daya was like, Summer was getting slapped up, but she wasn't shutting up. I love that because you can't bully me. And you know Daya Summer's Aquarius, right? She says you touched her, and I'm not scared to say it. Yes, she was stressed out about that, and I felt bad for her. but she did it. Don't feel like Krishan was wrong. Oh my God, a whole braid because she should have minded her business. She dancing, she was dancing during that scene. Your girl, a whole row, and I was fucking mortified. I said, "Cold killer, you really the thoroughest bitch." Because I would have killed, I would have been on Tinker ass so bad. Once a bald spot, I always tell y'all, a bald spot, a missing tooth, a black eye, and bodily fluids. Those are the things that ate them with Hill and Hearts for me. It's all out the window. It's up in the stuff, right? Daisy Dukes. Who the fuck is Daisy Dukes, and why the fuck was y'all calling her Rolly Jr.? So I wasn't really clear on Daisy Dukes for Isaiah said you lying. I did not know that. I swear to God, I'm not lying. I wasn't really clear on what she was. Anna Nisi Pooh, come to the front. Anna Mac, you looked cute in scene and you looked cute on the confessional. I was here for you. Anna Mac is really my niece, right? Daisy versus Rolly and low-key Anna. Daisy, I think you low-key dog walk Rolly, but Anna was jumping in, so you couldn't really get the walking in the dog and like you needed to do. Daisy, who the fuck are you? Because, and I, again, in all fairness, I ain't watched all the seasons of Baddies, so I can't really say who Daisy Dukes really is. But okay, girl, do your biggest one, right? So then they said they was going to rehearsals. Rehearsals for what? They all artists, recorded artists. Let me, your ass is crafty. And then here comes the Bad Girls Club Vintage Crew. I want to ask a question. Come here, BGC, because I'm a little confused, right? How did Low London become a part of the Vintage Bad Girl Clubs people? I thought Low London was more in the current season with the new girls. How did she become a part of the Bad Girl Club's crew? So I was a little confused about that, but okay, girl. Bobby Lights came strolling in, and Tommy Oz rolled all the way out of the fucking scene because she was over Bobby, but they never show anything else. But you could see she rolled her eyes as soon as he came in. Natalie, did you get a chin replacement? Because if y'all notice, pay attention. Natalie's face will be beat, but when you get in the chin area, the makeup is different. So I'm inclined to, Natalie, did you get a chin replacement? Because I wasn't here for your chin. I don't know. And normally nobody's here for your chin, right? They call you, the chin checker, right? But also something wasn't right. Your chin just looked, I don't know, like why your makeup wasn't matching when they got to the chin area, right? Then she started giving out baddie chains. I was like, boo, 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 boo. Because I thought, like Cold Killer said, you had to earn it. Why is Big Gretch here again? To be prejudiced? Like, why is Big Gretch? What purpose does Big Gretch serve? Other than saying racist comments that folks don't. Absolutely not. I'm not here for this. No, it's a no for me, right? Smiley, it's a no for me. Take the chain and send her raggedy, Humpty Dumpty. I cannot stand Smiley or Big Gretch, so they both need to go to the la, right? Tanisha, come here, Tani. Come here, Tani. Tani, right? Tani, what you need, Tani? Tani, you need to lift some weights and build some muscle. And Tani, no shade, you need some work done. If you want me on TV, no shade. I'm not saying everybody should run and get things done or things altered in their body. But the other part of me is like, if you're going to be on TV and you don't want nobody dog walking you, you got to just, I'm sorry. It just is what it is. So Tani, you know what you gave me, Tani? You gave me that you had weight loss surgery and you lost your weight too quick. So all your clothes is baggy and it's giving you like a diet. But God forgive me, Tani, because I'm not hating on my WLS sisters. I love you, girl, but we got to get you together. You can't be looking like your clothes is baggy and your surgery ain't go well. So Tani, come here, Tani. We got to work on the aesthetic, especially if you're going to be back on TV. Now, granted, if you want to live a private life and you don't want nobody seeing you and none of that matters, I get it. But if you're going to be back on TV and you don't want nobody dog walking you or calling your clothes garbage bags and shit and calling you Queen Latifah because you giving a real tease, then truth is I'm not. But okay, Tani, so I need to talk to you. Right, Persuasion, bitch, you look good. Persuasion, you look good, bitch. I think you spent all the Tammy Roman daughter check and got yourself together. Persuasion, Come here, Persuasion. You looked good. You looked good. And what I liked about Persuasion said, see, I ain't see them other seasons. So when Persuasion was like how Krishan punched her into the sink and dog turned to the drain, they just went back and showed that recap. I had never seen that because I had never watched that season. But Persuasion said, absolutely not. It won't be happening again. So when Summer came over, she was ready. Summer! Truth is, I'm done. Options of you. I'm trying to pray, but where Persuasion, I like that you was prepared. Summer, sit your ass down. All right, so that's the Ratchet TV. We didn't got through the fuck that. We 20 minutes in. Let's go into, do I want to go into the Married to Medicine teas, or do I want to go into what was on my Lit at 6 docket? Because Child, Lit at 6 was turned the fuck up. Like I said, breaking news. K Flock got sentenced to 30 years. If you work with young people, you need to know this. K Flock got sentenced to 30 years. Y'all be on point. Y'all be aware. All right. Sherrone Moore. Truth is, I'm done. All right. So Sherrone Moore, I'm going to try to read to y'all the best of my ability about what happened with Sherrone Moore. And again, y'all let me know if y'all want to continue. Hey, Linda, if y'all want to continue the conversation about Sherrone Moore, or maybe we need to be Truth is Retired. Right. Again, this was a devastating story. We'll go back to the reality show, though. We'll go back to the reality show. Let's just get what we could get about. Oh my gosh, Sherrone is an Aquarius day, February 3rd. Truth is he tied. Options are few. Sherrone Moore. Oh Lord, here we go. Sherrone Moore had long history of domestic violence during affair with staffer, her lawyer claimed detective, right? The Embattled, Michigan coach allegedly admitted to police that he had an intimate relationship for approximately 2 years with his accuser. Sherrone Moore allegedly, what you need to know. Sherrone Moore allegedly had a long history of domestic violence with the University of Michigan staffer who had an affair with the football coach, her lawyer told police, according to recent court testimony. After being arrested for an incident at the staffer's apartment on December 10th, Moore allegedly told cops he had an intimate relationship for approximately 2 years with the staffer. The staffer said she ended communication with Moore on December 8th, and 2 days later he came to her home and entered without permission, an officer testified. Okay, give me one sec. Sherrone Moore allegedly confessed to authorities that after his December 10th arrest, he had been in an intimate relationship for approximately 2 years with the University of Michigan staffer who had informed the school about their affair, according to officer testimony at a recent hearing. Police say the embattled former football coach for the school was arrested after allegedly confronting the staffer inside her residence earlier that same day and refusing to leave until she called her lawyer, Heidi Sharp, according to a copy of the transcript from the complaint authorization hearing on December 12th. Sharp, which is her lawyer, then called emergency dispatch on her client's behalf, and according to testimony from Detective Jessica Welker of the Pittsfield Township Police Department, said that Moore was inside of her client's home attacking her. The lawyer went on to tell emergency dispatch that Moore has been stalking her client for months. Welker said at the hearing, adding that Sharp later alleged to officers when they arrived on the scene that Moore had a long history of domestic violence against her client and that he was very dangerous. Welker noted that, I want to get down to what makes this an issue, because it seems like the coach was showing up to his side bitch house with knives and guns and forks and everything else he could come with in order to intimidate her because she ended their 2-year situationship and he was bloodthirsty for her, right? Meanwhile, this coach, from what I hear, was making about maybe $5 million a year, and he has a family, but he was willing to jeopardize all of that for his side bitch who he couldn't get over because he was bloodthirsty. He lost everything. He lost everything. He lost his job. He lost his contract. He got arrested. And now he has to fight this case according to what this young lady reported. I mean, it's but so much we could go into. It's but so much we could go into. Again, this is an old tale told. This is really an old tale told. I'll tell anybody that. Like, this is what folks do. This is what folks do. I'm not going to just say it's men. I'm not going to just say it's women. It's people. It's people. You know, you encounter somebody outside your relationship. You build something that you feel is that has, I guess, quality with that person, and you jeopardize what you already have for what you now have, right? And sometimes these are the results, sometimes not. I've seen situations where folks have been, you know, they have cheated and lied and moved on with the person that they cheated and lied with, lived happily ever after. It could go either way. It can go either way. What I will say about this whole situation is, even when it goes either way, right? So let's just say it goes good and y'all live happily ever after because that was really the love of your life and God made it happen. There's always some karma, you know, that comes through, even if it's not within your relationship. It's within other things that will happen between y'all being together. And just, you know, the way you go about it, the way you go about it. I think that for this gentleman, you know, it seems like he didn't just have her on his side. He had quite a few young ladies he was trying to holler at it, just jeopardizing himself as a man as a whole, you know. And I think it's sad because it's a testament to his discipline. I would assume that as a man in that position, he was very disciplined and all these things prior to this relationship. And look how he let that relationship set him back to a point that he lost everything: his family, his career, damn near his whole life. But you know, everybody have to do what's best for them. Hopefully, he gets information with, I guess, and he's able to get something back. I don't know if it will be his family or his career, but maybe his integrity and his soul. Because at this point, look what you jeopardize. You nasty work. FYI and PSA, I'm sorry. I mean, I want to let you guys know that Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is set to stand trial in 2026 for the murder of Tupac Shakur. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. So they have a suspect and they're actually going to court with that suspect. So according to what was reported, Keefe D will be going on trial for the murder of Tupac Shakur. That's huge. That is huge. That is huge because they kept trying to make it seem as though, you know, nobody know what happened to Tupac and Biggie. Clearly, is some folks that know, and there is some folks that are willing to say, "Listen, we want to come to the forefront and make sure we figure out what happened." So, Keefe D will now stand trial next year for the murder of Tupac Shakur. And if I'm being honest, I do want them to find out who killed Tupac. I want them to find out who killed Biggie because ain't none of this shit fucking right. So, I wanted to talk about too. I didn't watch much of this, so you guys, we will all be watching this together. It says DL Hughley goes in on Nicki Minaj after recent political involvement. Nicki Minaj damn sure needs to stay away from anything or posting anything about kids, trans, or otherwise. She's actually married to a registered sex offender, a pedophile. Now, DL, come here, DL. Come here 1 second. I don't deny anything that you said, DL. My only issue, DL, is that when the Barbs eat your face off, we don't want to hear no crying, okay? I can't tell people what to post or what to say. But Nicki Minaj damn sure needs to stay away from anything, posting anything about kids, trans or otherwise. She supports a dude that is on the Epstein list 1,000 times. She's actually married to a registered sex offender, a pedophile. She shouldn't be able to watch Jason Kidd or listen to Kid and Play or New Kids on the Block. Hell, she got to walk around the aisle with Cabbage Patch Kids on it. And she damn sure should stay away from Sour Patch Kids. Woo! And it ain't Governor Newsom Nikki needs to be worried about. Ooh! It's Chris Hansen. Now, I just want to say one thing, right? I just want to say one thing because I don't totally, let's be clear. Let's be very motherfucking clear. I want to be clear. I want to be clear here. I don't totally disagree with DL Hughley's stance. I don't. I don't totally disagree with his stance, right? I don't know if I would have said it publicly because, again, it's a very nuanced situation. What I will say is that DL, come here, DL. Come right to the front of the congregation. DL, the Barbs is going to gnaw your motherfucking face off. And when they gnaw your face off, I don't want you crying and begging and screaming. Nah, 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 DL. I don't want that. I don't want that because you went and inserted yourself in a motherfucking conversation that had nothing to do with you. Nothing at all. So I don't want to hear no, oh, I don't know why they coming at me and blah, 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 when I didn't even do nothing and yada, yada, yada. But I also want to bring something up, DL, and I'm not trying to be mean. I swear for Lord, I'm not. But I got to bring this up because DL, I, I don't know, right? So a couple of years back when you was beefing with Monique, she brought up a situation that happened with you. So I'm gonna read this, DL, and you let me know if I'm wrong, right? It says the mention of DL Hughley's daughter in the context of Monique refers to a public feud where Monique brought up a sensitive personal trauma involving Hughley's daughter Ryan Nicole Shepard during a contract dispute. Right, so let's see what she said. Monique used the interview to criticize Hughley's character, suggesting that he did not protect his child and that he prioritized a friend over his daughter's well-being. She wrote on social media, well, when our husband and I say we fight, my husband and I say we have to fight for little girls coming up behind us, and you see DL didn't believe in his own daughter over a friend. This highlights why Black women isn't believed when she publicly speaks about her trauma. So let's figure out what was the trauma, right? Let me see. Let me see, because DL, it was a situation with you too, DL. And DL, I was trying to mind my business, DL. But DL, I think you had your own situation, right? So D.L. Hughley revealed in a past radio interview around 2015 that his youngest daughter told him years after the fact about a sexual assault that occurred when both she and the perpetrator were 13 years old. Hughley expressed deep remorse for not believing her at the time, explaining he had a hard time reconciling the accusation because he liked and was friends with the accused person. He stated he would never forgive himself for the initial reaction. So what it seems like happened is that your daughter reported something to you, and because you were in favor of that other person, you chose to kind of let it fall by the wayside. DL, come here. DL, I think you gotta mind your business. I think you gotta mind your business when it comes to anything sexually related, because I'm telling you right now, the Barbs is gonna eat you alive for what you just said about Nikki's husband. And I'm gonna keep you uplifted in prayer. Cause the Barbs is gonna tear your ass the fuck up because you got your own skeletons in your closet, which is why you should have stayed quiet. Okay, let's go on to the next story, right? I have something here that says kill a couple. Let's see what we could get from this. Hold on, y'all. Truth is undone. All right. It says, this is terrible. Come on. Jamin Tisdale, 23, and Mariah McAteer, 24, were convicted in Charleston, South Carolina for the 2023 unaliving of a 25-year-old Miquez Lopez, a man they followed after he cashed a paycheck. Authorities say the couple had their two infant children in the back seat while trailing Lopez and three co-workers for more than 10 minutes. According to reports, Tisdale jumped out of the passenger side of their vehicle, pointed an AR-15 inside Lopez's car, and opened fire as Lopez tried to drive away. He passed away on scene from a close range gunshot to the head. Three passengers, Lopez's brother and cousins, were among them. Among them were uninjured. Prosecutors say the couple waited outside a convenience store and targeted Lopez shortly after he and friends cashed checks they earned from electrical work at a local school. McAteer pleaded guilty to accessory after the fact, attempted armed robbery, and unlawful conduct toward a child she received toward a child. She received 15 years. On Friday, Tisdale was found guilty on all major counts, including murder, armed robbery, and 2 counts of unlawful conduct toward a child. He was sentenced to 55 years. Do you believe this was justice? So wait a minute. What it sounds like happened was that a oh my God. These people waited for, I guess they knew that these guys did some electrical work and they waited for them outside to cash their checks and then they went to try to blow them away. What the fuck is wrong with you? And y'all had the kids in the car. Mm, 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 mm. Why? Why you? Oh, Lord. So, anywho, next topic. So, Uncle Dame. Uncle Dame is back in the blogs, and Uncle Dame loved to run his mouth when he's back in the blogs. So Uncle Dame, let's see what he's talking about now. Let's see what he's talking about right now. All right, so I guess Uncle Dame must have went online in an interview, and he was trying to explain the Aaliyah, him and Jay-Z situation, and he was saying that all of them was trying to holler at Aaliyah. It's just that he was the only one that was successful because he didn't go behind Jay-Z. So they have a former Rockefeller employee, Choke No Joke, and he airs out Damon Dash. I don't know who Choke No Joke is, but apparently he had a lot to say. So let's see what went on with this now.
Dirty Mac and Jay-Z going behind.
So I have a question. Can somebody explain to me what Dirty Mackin is? But okay, that's what Choke No Joke said Dame Dash was doing.
Is back. And don't act like you didn't try to holler at Beyonce at the Change Clothes video. Lying ass nigga. Ask Little Kim, was Jay-Z with Aaliyah? Ask Missy Elliott, was Jay-Z with Aaliyah? They was there. But I'm going to show you the footage. I'm going to show you the pictures with Jay-Z and Aaliyah booed up at the Park building. And then I'm going to show you me interviewing her.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there. Nigga, I was there. You wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
I may not have been at Rockefeller yet, but I was there.
Okay.
Right? And wasn't Rachel Roy pregnant by the time you snaked Jay-Z, Dirty Mackin, and was with Aaliyah?
What's Dirty Mackin?
Wasn't Rachel pregnant with your daughter?
Ooh.
The same time you was running around with Aaliyah.
Ooh.
Dirty Mackin.
Dirty. Okay, that's the
right?
Okay, Dirty Mackin.
Now,
Hashtag Dirty Mackin.
Blow you up and talk about all the other women you was Dirty Mackin or being with when you was with Rachel Roy. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, Choke No Joke.
Because you know I know. Say I wasn't there for that.
Okay, where you was, Choke? Okay, so I don't know what Dirty Macking is. And I mean, I don't know if I should necessarily give a fuck, but I think Dirty Macking might be going behind somebody's back and yada, yada, yada. Choke, I don't think we care. No shade. Because not for nothing, Aaliyah, girl, I don't want to say nothing bad about that young lady. Aaliyah's gone. So, Choke, we don't care, but we understand how Dirty Mackin, whatever the fuck that may be. All right, let's talk about what the fuck happened with Rob Renner and these kids. Rob! So let me tell y'all something, right? I am like a really loving and compassionate person, so I can't really be committing no crimes. Like I'm real sweet and nice. Like I just really don't have the time to be like I just don't have the time. So when I be hearing things like, oh, so and so, they add somebody or something, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But to hear your parents, what your parents be doing to you that would make you want to So we got to find out what's going on because you know Rob came from A Few Good Men. Now anybody that know me know A Few Good Men is one of my favorite. I want you on that wall. I need you on that wall. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. So Rob, what the fuck happened with you and them kids? So okay, we got to see what's going on. Let's see. It says, damn. According to reports, Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, were unalived by their son, Nick. Sources tell People. Police responded to their Los Angeles home on December 14th and found the couple ages 78 and 68 unalived. Our condolences go out to the family and loved ones during this tragic time. Rob, what happened? What happened? Like Rob, I need more information. Let me go searching. Cause this is Rob, I like you, Rob, but I ain't getting clarity on what the fuck happened here. But I did hear they said, oh, you know, it was a party, there was an issue. Rob, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, it says Rob Reiner is said to have argued with his son at a holiday party. Move this bullshit. Okay, sorry, y'all. They said go to hell. We can't do that. So I did hear this. Rob, child. It says Rob Reiner's son arrested, blah, 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 found, da, 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 da. No, we want to know what happened when they said what happened because Rob. Okay, let's see if we could get Jesus, Lord. We got to keep Rob uplifted in prayer. Prosecutors will charge Rob Reiner's son Nick with 2 counts of murder and killing of his parents. Oh my God. Los Angeles prosecutors said Tuesday that Rob Reiner's son Nick Reiner will be charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and the killing of his parents, which stunned their communities in Hollywood and Democratic politics, where both were widely beloved. Nick Reiner, 32, is suspected in the deaths of the 78-year-old actor and director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle Singer Reiner. District Attorney Nathan Hochman announced that at a press conference with the LA Police Chief Jim McDonald. Their loss is beyond tragic and we commit ourselves to bringing their murder to justice, Hochman said. Prosecutors plan to file the charges 2 counts of first-degree murder with a special circumstance of multiple murders later Tuesday. Lord. They will also include a special allegation that he used a dangerous weapon, a knife. Yeah, because that's the Lord. What is going on? This case is heartbreaking and deeply personal, not only for the Reiner family and their loved ones, but for our entire city. We will continue to support the Reiner family and ensure that every step forward is taken with care, dignity, and resolve. The announcement of the charges came 2 days after the couple was found dead from apparent stab wounds in their home in the upscale Brentwood neighborhood on the west side of Los Angeles. Nick Reiner did not resist when he was arrested hours later in Exposition Park area near University of California, about 14 miles from the crime scene. Renner had been expected to make an initial court appearance earlier Tuesday, but his attorney, Alex Jackson, said he was not brought from the jail to the courthouse for medical reasons. The appearance will not come before Wednesday. An email sent to the attorney after the charges were announced was not immediately answered, and Nick Renner has not yet entered a plea. Rob Renner was an yeah. They have been married 36 years. Representatives said blah blah blah. Prosecutors. Police haven't said anything about a motive for the killings. Prosecutors also said with a 32-year-old who is being held in jail without bail. He was arrested several hours after his parents were found unalive in their home in the Brentwood area. We know who Rob was. Jackson, the defendant's attorney, is a high-profile lawyer who represented Harvey Weinstein at his Los Angeles trial and Karen Reed at her trial in Massachusetts. Yeah. The killings were especially shocking given the warm comic legacy of the family. Rob Reiner was the son of comedy legend Carl Reiner, who died in 2020 at age 98. Kathy Bates, who won an Oscar. But what happened at the party? I want to know what happened. Absolutely not. This was two-turn. But okay. The son is taking his charges like a G. So I guess he said, I unalive my parents. So what the fuck y'all gonna do? Okay. Moving right along, I watched the Tammy Rivera and the Yandy Smith interviews. Tammy Rivera was with Carlos King. I really enjoyed Tammy's interview. Um, what I got from Tammy's interview was um the I I can appreciate anybody that's on a growth journey, and 9 times out of 10, if you're growing, you're on a healing journey. And basically, that's what she was saying in so many words, that no, she was on a healing journey trying to find herself. She had been through so much as a young girl, having her child young, being in an abusive relationship. So it was like, damn, I got to get myself together. I got to do better. I got to be better. And she met Flocka, and she said, like she said, I love the way she talked about Flocka. So one of the things that she said was like, Carlos King was asking her, he was like, we saw Love and Hip Hop that you got cheated on, you broke up with him, y'all got back together. So we're wondering, like, was the cheating what broke your relationship up? And Tammy was like, no. She was like, absolutely not. She said, because you know what? We got to a point where Flocka stopped doing those things. And I'm proud of you, Flocka. I'm very proud of you. She was like, so the cheating did stop. It actually eventually stopped. She said, but what happened was we had been through so much with the cheating that I had so much built up resentment that I couldn't forgive him. So I told him I would stay with him, and I would told him he would move past it. And now we're moving past it where he's no longer doing it, but I'm still holding his feet to the fire because I'm not past it. And she said, at that point, I just had become a bitch. Like I became a person I didn't even recognize because I'm so angry with him because what we went through, even though we're not currently going through it. And I respected that. I can respect any woman that says, I can't forgive you for what you did. I love the fact that with Flocka, he wasn't continuing to do it. Flock, I'm so fucking proud of you for that. So, anywho, she was saying that, just looking back at herself and her own behaviors and who she is, she was like, she just saw like she was a bitch towards him because she couldn't move past it. And she was like, because of that, she felt out of love with him. And once she felt out of love, the relationship was over. But she was like, they're wonderful friends, and she appreciates him for getting to the point that he stopped cheating on her. She just couldn't get past that it ever even happened. So she had to take accountability, and that's why she decided to end the relationship. And now she's in a happy relationship. I think Flocka is single because he did have a girl at one time. It looks like he's single now, but it looks like he's happy for Tammy. And she said they have a great friendship still to this day. So I'm very happy for them. In the Yandy Smith interview, I love that interview. I've always loved Yandy. I've always loved Yandy. Now, do I know if Yandy is always honest? Absolutely not. I can't vouch for that. But the story that she does tell, the depiction that she does give, it makes me fall in love with who she is as a woman, right? And she has said a few things in her interview that really resonated with me. One thing that she said was, don't something about not spending so much time in school that you forget to get an education. And she was basically saying that, yeah, you can go to school and learn things by the book. She was like, but there's other areas and other places that you can learn that. And if you spend so much time with your head in the books, you don't actually get the experience of learning and growing through things. So I love that. And another thing that she said was that she takes all her people with her as she rides. So she said that she lifts as she builds. And that really resonated with me because I'm the same. I always wanted to have a close circle of people that as I'm getting where I'm going, I continue to keep them with me. So we'll all be together on this journey. But I'm realizing day in and day out that not everybody can come with you, and that's okay. And that is obviously okay. So I love everything she said in her interview. And I also am touched, moved, and inspired with not only Yandy's business acumen, and I'm more so touched, moved, and inspired by her level of grace in class. Because she talked about how she's been betrayed and disrespected and mistreated, and how she's always going around it and made excuses for it because she want to see the better in people and she want to be better to people. And she said, just realizing and recognizing people's true colors, it just allowed her to soar higher. And I respect that. Like, how they talk about like Michelle Obama be like, oh, if you go where they go low, you go high. And you have a lot of people that want to negate that, like, oh no, fuck that. If you go low, I go to hell. And people want to mash that. I love about Yandy. She was like, listen, when they go low, I go high. And that was one of the things that I always loved about her from watching the inception of her entire career that was made public, is that I feel the same, right? I am one of those people. Like, I do not want to listen, I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in the ghetto. I made sure to get out, and I make it a point to stay out, and I make it a point to detach, because I don't ever want to continue to go low. I always want to go higher. I always want to lift. I always want to grow. I always want to be better. I it's a poem. I'm gonna see if I can find it for y'all. And at the end of it, it says like it's about like how God would give you all these gifts, and if you fulfill all those gifts, and God, like when you finally go to your resting place, it's like you scared in to the side and you all messed up, and it's like, wow, what a ride. But God is saying that because you use up all your gifts, right? And I know one of my gifts is, I came from a women of class, and women of grace, and they're not perfect women, but certain standards are held within that, and I don't want to lose that. I want to be a woman of integrity. I want to be a woman who continues to go higher no matter how low everybody else goes, right? And I'm proud of myself for being that type of woman. So when Yandy was talking about like how, she has been through a lot of situations, but even within those situations, she was like, even within this last year, she was like, she still continues to elevate higher. And because of that, that's where everything else meets her. So she was like, even with those people, it's not an ideal situation, but I still have my businesses. They're still flourishing. I still have this. That's still moving forward. And she was like, that's as a result of me continuing to raise the bar and go up higher. And I know they pop shit about my girl Yana Brand. Sometimes I peek at her too. But if I'm being honest overall, and y'all know I was windmilling for her from 2011. I always had her back. I love that part of her, even if it's a lie, right? I love that she can perpetuate it. Like, I always want to elevate higher. Always, always, always. And sometimes when you get low down in a situation or in a circumstance, and you allow yourself to, nah. If that's not who you are, you have to continue to elevate. You have to continue to go up. So I got that from her interview. She was basically saying like, these are all the things I put in place for business, but I'm talking about the foundation of who I am. And at my core, I'm a person that I like to build, but I like to lift while I'm building. And I feel like I'm that same type of person. Like, I want to elevate and go higher, but I also want to make sure I'm uplifting my people as well. And so that I love to interview. You guys have to check it out. I'm gonna see. I'll drop it in the description box. I'll drop Tammy Rivera's interview. It was with Carlos King. And Yandy's interview was with, I forgot the gentleman's name, but it's crazy because I actually went to see him speak years and years ago. Him, Tashira, DMX wife, they was all on like one panel. And I had went to this thing to watch them speak, and they did so good. So I forget his name, but he's from Harlem, and that's who he in the interview with. And the interview was so good. If you guys check my post on my YouTube channel, you will see it. I'm trying to think of what else I had on my Lit at 6 docket. I wanted to give you guys some Real Housewives of Potomac stuff, but I don't think we need to do that right now because the hour is coming to a close, and we did the most, right? Let me see. I didn't have anything else. Your man Rob. Damn, Rob. I don't know what, and from what I'm understanding, I remember me and Olinda was talking about this earlier. They were saying that it may have been a drug addiction. So that could have been what brought the young man to where he was. I don't know. It just was sad, but you don't want to see him like that. In any event, ladies and gentlemen, I love when you guys tune in for Lit at 6. I'm going to continue to come for Lit at 6. Maybe I'll come back. Let's see. I can't come back tomorrow. I don't know. I like to give y'all sneaky lives, right? But I'll come back. Christmas at Khadijah's is coming. New Year is coming. Birthday is coming. things are coming. And new year, new beginnings. So I look forward to that. I'll keep you guys posted on that. I just won't share a lot of that on YouTube. That will be more intimate conversations, especially about like Christmas Akhadijas, New Year's, my birthday. I'll probably share that more intimately on another platform. But thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. I love that you listen. Like, comment, share, subscribe. When you get topics, please send them to me because I want to discuss. I think I'm forgetting. Oh, I'm gonna come back Thursday, right? I want to talk about Trigger Trade getting arrested. I want to talk about Ray J. I know his antics. I have a few things that I still want to discuss. So maybe I'll come back Thursday. Y'all let me know if y'all want me. I may have time. I think I will. Right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, share. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Tore my mic up. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Enjoy your night. I still have to give you guys a recap of Bel Air. Oh, I feel bad. Oh, I ain't shit. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So maybe Thursday I'll come back. Maybe Thursday I'll come back. Look out for me. In any event, like, comment, share, subscribe. I love you guys. Enjoy your night.